up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? It is now time. You are tuned in to the Taco Tuesday festivities. You know what that means. You are now experiencing distance nerding. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Young Phil. There's Shadu, and Jen is ready to go. Let's do this.
Woo!
And
right,
we're here to nerd together. You know,
together.
that was my fault. I apologize. I started it before I even realized if you guys were ready or not. So
nailed it
my
for
bad.
the 230th
Together
time. That's right. We're talking everything pop culture, movies, music, food, wrestling, whatever it is you're nerding out on, comics, Comic-Cons, all that kind of stuff. Whatever it is you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you are currently watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out every time you guys do it. Listen on your favorite podcast app and leave us a review. Remember, 5 stars helps us out so much. If you are listening on Spotify, give us a review of the episode. And hey, we'll read it on the show next week. Just make sure you do it. That's all we're asking. Of course, you can follow us on all the social media spots on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to email us, ladies and gentlemen, you can email us at your email address of choice. You can email any email address you want. Of course, if that email address is distancenerding@aol.com.
Yeah. And we will read it live on air, whether you want us to or not.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I will read that live on air for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst. We used to say best, but we know it all to be true.
It's the worst kept
secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download. It's funny. I realized as I clicked it that I clicked on the wrong one, and I was like, no. Okay.
We're fine. It's all fine.
It's okay. It's all right. This is we're professionals. That's what we are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump on this. This week on deck, we've got. Apparently, I didn't read it right. So, starting rumors.
There's a cute baby, an NDA, a preteen, Frank's ma, and a possible off-screen meet cute.
Adorable. The Download.
We might go into a nerd nostalgia coma with these stories.
Ooh.
And coming in at the end of the show,
we have the Geek End Update.
It's the Geek End Update.
Silver Age Comic-Con is almost here. We better start packing.
That's right. But before we start packing up for the show, let's give a shout out, of course, before we jump into everything that's going on here. I almost just went right into it without actually like pressing the button and everything right here. Would have been fun either way. But first, let me get a shout out. Shout out to Debbie.
There it is.
That's right. Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Ladies and gentlemen, find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. I'm just going to throw it out there. I was just in their app, and I was looking at some of the new flavors and everything that's going on. Guys, I'm just going to name off a couple of these flavors. So I know we've got some anime fans out there. They have a partnership with Solo Leveling, which is like a really big anime right now. And they have a flavor here called Shadow Monarch Surge, which is a blue raspberry purple grape.
What?
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
That sounds delicious.
They just came out with campfire s'mores, and it says specifically to mix with milk.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm sorry.
I'm in.
It actually sounds kind of delicious.
No, that sounds great.
Tiger's Blood. I know this one Jen can't drink. Strawberry watermelon.
But I love it.
I know. I love so you have to understand, like when I was a snow cone aficionado, I
Mhm.
loved tiger's blood.
Yes, tiger's
And
blood is my
then
favorite snow
now I
cone.
can't have it because of the coconut factors.
Yeah. Another solo leveling flavor that they have right now is called Egress Strike, and it is a blue tropical punch.
Idris Elba? What?
No,
Idris
Egress
Elba.
Strike.
Are you sure
Yeah,
that
Egress, not
that
Idris.
Duke Nukem didn't take that line from the IT crowd?
No,
Sorry.
no, because
Back to the last week's show.
Duke Nukem was around way before the IT crowd was. So,
I don't
and
believe it.
and then they have a dub sauce. So not dub sludge, but dub sauce, which is
wait, no. So it's just Thousand Island.
Yes,
It's gin and juice.
It is described as passion fruit juice sauce.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
Very interesting.
And
So
can be poured over chicken.
Yeah, that actually does sound like it would be good over chicken. So those are the new flavors that they've come out with on W. I'm interested in getting some of those. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in those flavors, again, head over to w.gg or download the W app and put in the code nerding10 at checkout. Actually, there is a button at the very top of your checkout screen that says, do you have a promo code? And that's where you would put nerding10 in.
Yes, you do have a code.
Hey.
It is nerding10 for 10% off at checkout.
That's right.
Hey, Shadu.
Yes, Frey.
Did you know that Distance Nerding is now part of the Geek Freaks Network? And
Yes, I did.
Can't say it out loud, apparently.
Apparently not.
Yeah. So the Geek Freaks Network is so cool because they are about connecting and informing, where geeks can explore their fandoms, discover new ones, and engage in nerdy discussions. That's where we come in as nerdy discussions.
Oh,
Check out
yeah.
the Geek Freaks podcast, Challenge Accepted, Outlast podcast, Fandom Portals, Who's Got Next Game, Disney Mom's Gone Wrong, Geek Freaks interviews. I may just have to stop talking tonight. Headlines, Anime Plus, and of course, the show you're watching right now, Distance Nerding.
Woo!
That's right.
The Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Find out more at gfpods.com. That's gfpods.com.
Yes.
That's right.
Pods.com. See.
Well, let's now that we've got all the shout outs out of the way and everything like that, let's get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start some rumors and get banned in Belarus.
Woo!
I was just watching the one where they play it all. I was just rewatching that. I really feel like we need to really reach out to Belarus now. Reach out to Belarus.
Reach out to
Belarus. Hey!
Reach out to Belarus.
Yeah, because it's like, do we want to stay canceled in Belarus? Honestly, I don't care. All right. Let's get into this.
Anyway. Hey! Alright, so, it's me. It's me!
You're the problem, it's you.
Is this the beginning of the Grogu cinematic universe? Originally planned as The Mandalorian Season 4, The Mandalorian and Grogu film evolved into a 2026 theatrical release. Now, the space gossip is that if it crushes the box office, it'll be the first in a 3-part saga focused on Din Djarin and his tiny Force-powered foundling. With Rey's next film reportedly stuck in hyperspace traffic, Grogu might just be Lucasfilm's boldest move yet, anchoring the next cinematic era on a quiet bounty hunter and his sassily silent son. So, talk goes on the table. If The Mandalorian Grogu kicks off a new trilogy, should Grogu finally talk?
I don't know how I feel about hearing Grogu talk.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter like what he says, what his first words are, and like how he speaks, I have a feeling we'll all be really disappointed in it. So they should really put it off for as long as possible.
They should just have Walton Goggins just voice him.
That would be hilarious.
His first words.
Yeah.
Mandalorian,
what were you
I am.
expecting?
Mandalorian, right.
And the thing is, does he speak with the weird cadence, right? Because
I kind of hope he speaks with a weird cadence, but he has like a normal voice.
well, because that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
think he should speak like a Mandalorian. See, this is why we'll all be disappointed.
Yeah, so we all have
tacos
radically different ideas
are
of what should
off
happen.
the table. Off the table for this. What
the
Grogu
way
to
this
speak.
is.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't need to. And if he does, I want him to have a full British accent and sound the poshest ever.
No,
I
again,
want him to
if it's Walton Goggins-
out-posh Alec Guinness. No.
Again, if it's Walton Goggins, it's he's Southern for sure,
Yeah.
and it's
Trailer Park Mandalorians.
the way this is.
No, and I just think he should just speak like he normally does. I think he should be Baby Billy, from the Righteous Gemstones. That's the character he plays. Yeah, he should just speak like Baby Billy.
You know
Well,
what's funny? I thought of
Grogu's gonna tell you something right now. Like,
No, you know what's funny is I immediately thought of the baby character at the beginning of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
oh God, oh no,
No.
More like
no.
him. He's just like, I'm ready to fight everybody.
We have to move
smoking
on.
a cigar.
Yeah. My tacos are
Got
definitely
a
on the
cigar
table.
in one
today.
hand
Yeah,
and a frog in the other, and he's just biting the head off a frog and smoking that cigar.
So with this, my tacos are on the table because again, Disney is going to find a way to capitalize on the property that is their most successful in years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Iger's just gonna be like, that's a moneymaker. Do more things
Yeah.
with Grogu. He's gonna have to talk eventually. And the question is, do we, in a serious note, do we give him a child voice? Or you know, does he kind of like, does it fast forward and he's kind of a teenager and he has his armor and everything like that? 'Cause remember, they age a lot slower than we do. So
Yeah.
Keith
Teenage
David.
Grogu.
Keith David.
I'd love
That's
that.
his voice.
oh god, Keith David as Grogu.
And he sounds
ready to
just like
kill
the
everybody.
president from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And he is like,
What are you talking about, Rick?
What are you talking about, Rick?
He's like, Dan, I don't think so, Daddy Dan.
all right, we cannot stay on this. We
okay.
will stay
Now,
on this
let
for
me
an hour and a half.
Hey dog, let me holler at you real quick here. I'm just letting you know that I'm a Mandalorian. I may be like 4'3", and I wear the armor, but this is the way. I'm just letting you know.
My
How about this? Go ahead, Liam. Go ahead.
I was
I'm
going
sorry.
to
Go
say
ahead. Sharif.
my Beskar armored tacos are on the table
Okay.
for capitalism reasons. All right, go.
For capitalism.
No, okay. I have one more thing, and then we have to move on.
Yes, we have to move on.
Okay, it's not either one of those. It's Regina King, a la the Boondocks.
Oh my god. If
Yes.
Regina King
Yes.
comes in and she plays Grogu the way
Yes.
that she plays Huey, it is over.
Yes.
I will lose my shit. If she comes in and she's Huey as Grogu. That is the best.
We need Grogu to say the N-word. No,
We don't need Grogu to get canceled. Come on, man.
No. But I just think it would be funny. Is Naboo the N-word? Because that's the N-word I was thinking of.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Let's move on.
Let's
we
move on.
have to move on because we are going to get canceled here in a second if we don't.
Yes.
All right.
What's up in the galaxy?
I see what you did there.
You gotta show it on screen though.
Yeah.
Oh.
You move to the next page.
Like,
Yeah.
we can see each other, but we can't see that.
There you go.
John Watts isn't done with the galaxy just yet. At the Metrorain Film Festival, Watts teased he'd love to do more Star Wars, but couldn't say more. When pressed on whether Skeleton Crew could continue, he added, I can't say exactly what it might be, but if it were even a thing. Translation, he's either deep in talks or he's already back in hyperspace. Watts originally pitched the show as Star Wars meets the Goonies, And with force-wielding pirates, lost kids, and Jude Law's space mystery energy, it carved out a unique tone. Whether it's season 2 or a new crossover, it sounds like Watts is still floating somewhere in the outer rim of the Lucasfilm galaxy.
Dun,
Tacos
dun,
on the table?
dun.
Is it time for a Skeleton Crew / Grogu crossover? Or would Baby Yoda steal the spotlight faster than you can say, snacky time?
100%, he's stealing all the spotlight.
Oh,
those
yeah.
kids are not
Oh,
getting
yeah.
a fucking chance
No.
if they're on screen with Grogu.
Especially if he has the voice of Walton Goggins.
Or Regina King.
or
I'm just throwing it out there right now. Y'all just in my way.
I can totally see that. No, I seriously, yeah. No, I want more. I would love a season 2 of Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what's happening with Jod. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'd love that. I'd love him to do more crossover stuff. So, it'd be good.
I do want to see those characters somewhere else in the galaxy. I do want to see more about Jude Law's character. I mean, he was he was one of those characters that is very obvious that he was a Padawan at one time, but it's kind of like I want to know the story. Like, what I would love to see is a crossover with Jude Law's character and Kelleran Beck.
Ooh.
Oh. Or
Because we
Jude
want more
Law,
Kelleran Beck.
Kelleran
everybody knows
Beck, Quinlan Voss, and Manny Jacinto from The Acolyte.
The only problem with Manny Jacinto is unless he is prolonging his life, Manny Jacinto's character would have died off a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think Darth Plagueis clones himself into Manny Jacinto's body, and he lived through it, and that's how Emperor Palpatine did it.
That would be intense if they kind of went that route.
Man.
I love that this is all about John Watts, and we have not talked about John
No.
Watts at all.
No,
Okay,
and
no.
what I was saying is I would love to see this crossover happen. I mean,
Yeah.
John Watts directing more in Star Wars would be great because the sensibilities that he had, it was still well within the realm of Star Wars, but at the same time, it had that like 80s, coming of age kids adventure story.
It felt very classic Star Wars, I think, for that reason.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of
was-
look more at the genres and the styles of that time too, to look for inspiration. I think that's good.
Yeah,
Because that is in the spirit of the originals.
Return of the Jedi was what? That was 81, 83.
Yeah.
83. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Return of the Jedi was 83. Goonies was what, 86, 87?
Was it 87? Was it?
Hold on.
I'm looking it up. Let's look it up. Somebody look it up.
I'm looking it up. Goonies was 85.
85. Okay, so I was
85.
off by
And
then.
then Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, I know, was 83.
Yeah, it was 83.
Yep. Yeah, it was 83. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
So,
I
yeah,
think what Empire Strikes Back was 80.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 3 years between each movie. I want to
Yeah,
say.
because it was
77.
I know 77 was New Hope.
Was
So,
Star Wars.
Yeah.
what are your thoughts, if any, on everything else?
I think it's great. I think Kelleran Beck should be the old master of Jod, and my I have to think of what my tacos are. My tacos that are already gone because Grogu ate them were on the table.
Your fish tacos, because
My frog
Fish egg
tacos.
Your frog egg tacos.
My frog egg
leg.
tacos.
Yeah, yeah, frog egg. My tacos are on the table, but I don't think Kelleran Beck has. I mean, he may have had something to do with Jod, but I don't know. I don't see him as being the
throwing stuff
only
out there.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that I don't like. He's got some Jedi trauma.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
something I would love to see that. Like, I would love to see Ahmed Best coming back as a complicated character, not just a simple, he's a Jedi, he's a good guy kind of thing. Like, I want him to be a complicated character. And I want him to be, at this point, all we know is Keller and Beck saved a bunch of younglings when they were decimating the temple.
Right.
What's to
Yeah,
say
that's
that he
true.
like we don't know what his role in the temple was, like whether he was a combat instructor or he was a guardian or something within the temple. So I would like to see that connection between Ahmed Best's character and Jude Law's character, and it'd be like Jude Law has lasting trauma that is connected to Keller and Beck.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or it could just be that when he escaped, like Grogu did, because that would be about the same, right? I mean,
Yeah,
we're
they'd be about the
thinking-
same age.
Then it could have gone really wrong, and that's what traumatized him. Like, not like Grogu, it's something different, and they got separated or something, and that's what happened. So I mean, it could be anything, and we're just speculating at this point. But yeah, tacos are on the table for this. Phil, did you put your tacos on the table?
Yeah, I said my tacos are on the table.
Great.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Let's move along.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Move along. Move along.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Oh, no.
Move
No,
along.
it's so stupid.
Move along. Move along.
Marvel's next God of Thunder might still need a Lourdes Probit. The next Thor project could trade abs for adolescence. Rumor has it Marvel's brewing ThorQuest, a younger skewing take on the Asgardians' early days. Pre-beard, pre-lightning, and possibly pre-puberty. Based on a children's book about baby Thor's first quest for Mjolnir, the project might include a fresh face swinging the hammer. No word yet if it's a movie, a Disney Plus series, or just a really expensive origin story bedtime tale. And with Hemsworth's recent Thanks for the Memories vibes, it's looking more like a changing of the guard than just a side quest. So, tacos on the table, do we welcome a baby Thor era, or should Hemsworth get one last epic solo send-off before he rides a goat into Valhalla?
So story about Hemsworth and Mew Mew. That's adorable. If anything, this is going to be an animated series on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that too. When I was reading it, I was like, oh man, no, this is like right up the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man alley.
I could see it also
So-
being like the, what was the Groot thing that they did?
That's
the
exactly what I was
little
thinking.
shorts,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
I Am Groot.
the
Yeah,
Iron Groot
that's
stuff,
exactly
yeah.
what I was thinking. It was either I Am Groot or it's something along the lines of,
Like Bluey.
well, not necessarily Bluey. I was thinking
Mewy.
more when you think of Thor and I think of like Thor and What If, like that style animation, but with
Mm.
like
Oh,
a
yeah.
baby Thor hijinks.
I love it.
Oh.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could all be like Jack and the raccoon, like over
Right.
and over and over again. Yeah, him
Right.
just getting into stuff, being a baby. Oh, they could do Chibi.
Oh, chibi,
Oh,
that'd be pretty funny.
cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a
Never
little
mind.
Japanese chibi.
I'm spiraling now. My tacos are on the table.
My,
I want it right meow.
My fun-sized tacos forged from the heart of a dying star are on the table.
your Mew Mew tacos.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Forged
Mew
by Ichiri with the heart of a dying star.
It's always funny, like nobody can say Mjolnir, so they go Mew Mew.
Mew Mew. Mjolnir.
Mew. Mjolnir.
Yeah, my tacos are on the table, just because it's a cash grab for Disney.
Oh, yeah, totally. No, again, capitalism. For capitalism, my tacos are on the
For
table.
capitalism, right? Let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. One that I'm ready for. My body's ready for, because I love the smell of gun oil in the morning, or just spent rounds and casings, whatever. Frank Castle is locked and loaded in a special presentation for Disney Plus. Jon Bernthal's not just stepping back into the skull vest; he's also behind the scenes, co-writing the script. Filming kicks off mid-July in New York City. The
Ooh.
story's rumored to follow the events of Daredevil Born Again, possibly showing Frank's escape from one of Wilson Fisk's secret prisons. That would be intense if he was in one of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
prisons. It's a standalone for now, but it sets the stage for his next appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which means we're probably going to get it before Spider-Man Brand New Day. Who
Yeah.
will Frank tussle with? Word is, it's Manucci, the mob boss, straight from the blood-soaked pages of Gareth Ennis's Welcome Back, Frank. So, tacos on the table. Will Ma teach Frank some manners, or will Frank show her what shock and awe is all about?
Woo.
Fucking Marines.
Well, my talk is around the table because Garth Ennis's take on Punisher was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're talking about adapting it and bringing in Nuki. Is amazing. Nuki.
Why does Mon Yuki sound like a pasta?
Because
yeah,
gnocchi is
yeah. It's just saying, yeah. It's like it sounds delicious. I'm hungry now. It's like
this
it's a
might be the
Mon-Yuki.
reason. Mon-Yuki. It's a special dish. But this might be why Brand New Day was pushed back.
Maybe they want to set some
that
stuff
actually
up.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Seeing the fruits of the labor.
I say my
Your gnocchi potato.
my bone broth, shotgun shell, and Mon-Yuki tacos are on the table.
So you're. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not. Even
Nope. Yep.
You shouldn't.
Let's go ahead and move on here.
Let's just move along.
Okay.
Move along.
Same bat friends, same bat time. James Gunn is keeping fans guessing about the DCU's biggest bromance. When asked if David Cornsweet Superman has met Batman, Gunn teased, "We don't know if he's already seen a man dressed as a bat." That sly response lines up with what we know. Gunn Superman skips the origin story and picks up with Clark already 3 years into his hero career. So it's entirely possible the world's finest have already crossed paths, off-screen, off-script, and maybe even off the record. So, tacos on the table, should Gunn skip the cape meet cute and just drop us into a world where Superman and Batman are already uneasy allies?
I have thoughts on this, so I'm gonna let you guys go first.
Okay. I mean,
My
sure.
tacos are on the table. I think it.
I like it.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. I do wish that we would see it, though. I would like to see this version of, I mean, I don't know. This version of Superman seems a lot more lighthearted. I'm kind of hoping this version of Batman is a little bit more in line with, like, the kind of weird, dark, gritty noir of Matt Reeves. I like that, and I think it'd be a fun contrast if there's a really kind of grimdark Batman and then this, like, cheery Blue Boy Scout Superman meeting. I think that would be hilarious. And so I think that's what they should do. On the other hand, if this is a slightly more lighthearted Batman, then I think it makes sense. But I'd like to see the meeting either way. I think we're probably not going to, though. So, my tacos with a cowl are on the table. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
This story broke him.
My world's finest tacos are on the table. There you go.
Oh,
that's what it is.
He saved
Wow.
it at the end.
You also don't want to know what's in them.
No, I don't.
All right,
Tonight.
Phil. Go.
My thoughts on this. So, one, if he's 3 years in and he's already been through Metropolis and everything like that, why in the hell would he not know who Batman is within the first 30 minutes of messing around in Metropolis? So, that being said, we don't need another meet cute with Batman and Superman. I think that first moment they come in, it's literally Superman when they finally do like a world's finest moment. It's he looks over at him and he's just like Batman, right? He's just like Boy Scout. Like I want something where
and then they kiss
already. There's already like a weird tension between the two of them because Clark already knows that Bruce takes it too far in a lot of places. And they don't always get along, but they have the same goals ultimately, so they work together. Also, I don't think they're going to go fully lighthearted. The reason is because they've already said that they're going for more of a son of the Bat. And if they're going with Damian Wayne and they're doing Son of the Bat, you don't get a lighthearted Batman. And at the same time, we are so used to Batman being more of a kind of gritty character, even when you have Superman as a Boy Scout, even when you have Justice League all together, you have him still kind of being broody and dark and just being Bruce, I don't think they go with the 60s lighthearted Batman ever again, because that 80s version of Batman has permeated ever since. And you don't deviate from that, because every version of Batman that is worth watching is a deviation of that version of Batman.
Yeah.
So I don't think they go lighthearted with them.
Good. Batman is a neurotypical. I mean, he obviously is.
Yeah, sure, he is.
Yeah, there's got to be some awkwardness, and
that's why I really think we're going to get into this more. That's why I really think the Batman was an incredible version of that character, because you captured that what Batman probably should be in a modern context.
Right. Yeah. I think there's going to be maybe quips on the side. Like I see him being more like Batfleck. And not straight up Batfleck, but he is a brooding, dark character, but he'll drop a line every now and then that's just kind of oh, that was kind of funny,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense too.
Yeah.
So cool. No, all right. Well, that is that everybody tacos.
All of our thoughts are
tacos
out here. So yeah, that is it for rumors.
That is it for rumors. Yeah.
What about Adam West, Superman, Batman?
I just think of the Adam West. Adam West.
Adam West. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move into the next segment here. It is now time to get into the newsy part of the show. It's time for the download.
And to begin, of course.
Wait, we have something to read before that, so read that too.
Yeah, now for more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdings and Post. Let us know what you're nerding out on, guys. We want to talk about it here on the show. If there's anything that you guys want us to discuss, let us know on the Nerdings and Post, or send us a DM or email us. So take it away, Shadu.
Ooh. This is Casting Cash, where the roles are shocking, the decisions are mysterious, and the only thing we can say for sure is someone, somewhere, said yes to this.
Is a galaxy far, far away ready for the snark? Word is Johnson's in big talks for a mystery role. No confirmation yet on Jedi robes or villain cloaks, but fingers crossed for something with attitude. After calling Madam Web a creativity vacuum, she might be eyeing Star Wars as a chance to actually act with a plot and dialogue. Bold move. Whether she ends up as a moody Force user or the galaxy's snarkiest senator, we're ready for Dakota to bring deadpan sass to hyperspace.
That is amazing.
I think she's going to be good.
Yeah. Be fun.
Yeah, and I kind of want her not to be a Jedi wielder.
Yeah.
Like a lightsaber wielder.
I would
want her to
be...
wield Jedi.
No, I would love her to be a senator. A senator. I would love her to be Mr. Sinister.
Senator would be okay.
I kind of want
her to be a scoundrel, man. I kind of want her to be like a smuggler.
Yeah.
She fits that mold. Her natural personality fits that mold. So she's very Han Solo. She's very I'm forgetting her name, but the main character from Star Wars Outlaws. She's very much that.
Kay Vess, I think?
K-Boss.
No, I think it's K-Vess. Excuse me.
Either way, she's a great character.
Just go. So. Yes, K-Vess. Her name is K-Vess. Anyway.
Star Wars is going 50 Shades.
Well, I think she might be Mara Jade, y'all.
Oh?
Ooh, that would be dope too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
She would look good as well.
Oswald's Toontown meets Stranger Things. Era begins. Ravi Cabot Conyers, he played Wim in Skeleton Crew. You can see him right there. Stars as Jake, a big-hearted middle schooler who's likely the emotional anchor for the group. Michael Michelle Harris, Santa Monica Johnson in Mixed-ish, takes on the role of Jen, an artistic and quick-witted student who's always one step ahead. Rounding out the trio is Ryder Allen, young Oz Cobb in The Penguin. Here he plays Taylor, a cautious but loyal friend who sticks by his crew when it counts. Together, they share the screen with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit himself in Jon Favreau's animated/live-action hybrid series for Disney Plus, where vintage mischief meets modern middle school mayhem.
Ooh.
I like it.
All right. Cool.
I like it. I like. I mean, all three of them are great actors. God, the kid who played young Oswald.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hands down, that kid is he killed it in such a
He did.
demanding, hard role. And the kid who played Wim, he was really fun. You know.
Yeah.
I've seen episodes of Mixed-ish, so can't say that I've completely watched it, but Michelle Harris, she kind of does command the scenes that she's in.
Put the picture back up. Look at that sass.
Yeah.
That's some sass.
She kind of commands the scenes that she's in. When any scene that she eats up the picture. So I mean, I think that this is a good cast. It's three really good young actors.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be great, and obviously, they should never listen to Oswald. But okay, they're not going to learn that, so that's fine.
No one's again. There would not be a story if they learned that. So
never listen to the guy called the Lucky Rabbit.
Yeah, just as whether they're a rabbit or a human or anyone. Actually, especially if they're a human, do not listen to that person.
Yes.
Boy,
where did
it get to it?
Let's go from a rabbit to a bison. Enter the Bison.
Woo.
David
Dun, dun, dun.
has been cast as M. Bison in Legendary's upcoming Street Fighter movie, marking a major milestone in his career. Known for his intense and unpredictable screen presence, Dastmalchian feels like a bold fit for the psycho power-wielding dictator and leader of Shadaloo. Bison is one of gaming's most iconic villains, a final boss with world domination on his mind and a cape that means business. Dastmalchian's take on the role could redefine the character for a new generation of fans, or as Bison would say, "This place shall become your grave."
Ooh.
I did a little more dramatic, like Judi Dench there, because I can't really do David's inflection.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you know what? It is National Bison Month, so
No,
of course they would do.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, David Dastmalchian's a really good actor. I mean, everything that he's in, he kind of just melts away into the different roles, because he was in Dark Knight, right? He played one of the Joker's little henchman guys, right?
Yep.
He also played Polka Dot Man.
Yep.
Oh.
He also played the Russian guy in Ant-Man.
And Zeb in Quantum Mania.
Zeb in Quantum Mania. He is also I don't remember which one it was, but he played Victor Zsasz in one of the things.
He did.
Things. Like David Dastmalchian, and that's just his nerd credentials. The guy is in so many movies. He is really good. David Dastmalchian is a really good actor, and he's been getting more and more kind of more high profile roles. So you give him the lead villain in a movie, I think he's going to knock it out of the park.
Well, I mean, he was in Dune. He played the Twisted Mentat in Dune. And he's in Murderbot right now, and he's just really doing great. And it's a comedy, and he's just doing amazing in it. So, yep.
Sack Deadpool quoted the exact quote that I always attribute to
That'll be a Tuesday.
Yeah. I always.
Well, I mean, it'll probably be like a Thursday. But,
but still, like the best line delivery in all of film in the worst Street Fighter. Well, I can't say it was the worst Street Fighter movie. The Chun-Li movie was pretty bad, but I was saying it to you guys before, and I'm going to say it for the audience out here. Best line in film in a bad movie. I think like if we should do this as a bracket. By the way, what are the best lines in the worst movies?
Write it down.
The number
I'll put it down.
one, yeah, the number one line would be, "The day M. Bison came to your village was the worst day of your life." To me, it's just another Tuesday. Because it just shows how ruthless and terrible M. Bison is. He would go into these villages, destroy the villages, and then kidnap people. Right? And it was like she's just like, this is the worst day of my life. And he's like, yeah, it's the worst day of your life. It was just another Tuesday for me.
Yeah. He's like Thanos, but like mystical.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, he uses psycho power, which even more so when your main strength is something called psycho power. You should already know there's a problem.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to see David Dastmalchian kind of melt into M. Bison. I kind of want to see him with that pseudo fascist costume that he wears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a villain like that is awfully relevant right now. So
I know, right?
I believe that he can capture that.
I'm sure he could. So let's yeah.
All right.
Well, while I'm fighting off this weird rabbit, please visit our gift shop because we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
Woo! It's too guys, it's too early.
Sorry,
we haven't. Yeah,
we still have show to guys. Don't.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
Don't
All
leave.
right. Yep.
All right. Well, let's jump right into the remainder of the news here. Metropolis Confidential.
Ooh.
James Gunn's Superman is pulling no punches and no typical franchise plays either. Between Anthony Carrigan's soulful take on Metamorpho, a freshly revealed Ultraman who looks like he crash landed from Tatooine, and post-credit scenes that don't scream sequel bait, the DCU reboot is coming in hot and weird. Anthony Carrigan says he is deeply connected with the emotional outsider vibe of Rex Mason, while spending 6 hours a day transforming into Metamorpho's cracked clay look. Meanwhile, Gunn's image drop of Ultraman set the internet ablaze with comparisons doomsday. Bizarro? No, it's a Tusken Raider with a gym membership. Your guess is as good as ours. And then there's the kicker. Post-credit scene with the trade cliffhangers for the character beats. Just Superman bonding with Krypto on the moon and arguing about structural integrity with Mr. Terrific. No multiverse teaser, no ominous villain reveal, just vibes. So should Ultraman be worried about Sand People comparisons? Or no, I would assume he would be.
It's just odd. He looked like that mask is just odd. It's like it's a little bit Riddler-like, I think, too.
I mean, he's discount. He's discount Superman to begin with, so I mean it's fine.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's wearing the containment suit that Doomsday's wearing.
Yeah, it does. It is kind of like that, isn't it?
It is very much like a
I
containment
didn't even think
suit.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah. Okay.
Hence the joke. Hence the joke that is it Doomsday?
Yeah.
Is it Doomsday?
Like, is this guy supposed to be Doomsday? Is it Bizarro? No, it's a Tusken Raider with gym membership. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Seriously.
So let's go ahead and move on here.
Move on. Yeah.
Metropolis Confidential, Soups Edition. James Gunn is composing a love letter to the fans and Clark Kent's legacy. And now we know it's packing some deep-cut Easter eggs. First up, Smallville fans, this one's for you. Gunn confirmed that Lex Luthor's company in the film is called Luthor Corps, not LexCorp. A direct nod to the long-running CW series where Lex's father ran the company before Lex took over. Gunn said the choice wasn't just fan service. It also opens the door to exploring Lex's family history in this new DCU. Gunn's also reviving one of Superman's most bizarre and useful powers, super hypnosis.
Oh God,
Yep.
no.
Clark Kent's glasses in this film aren't just a fashion statement, they're canonically hypno glasses. According to Gunn, the idea came up in a conversation with comic writer Tom King, and it clicked. They hypnotize people. It's canon. So between the Smallville homage and the hypno specs, Gunn Superman is shaping up to be a blend of reverence and reinvention. He's not just rebooting the Man of Steel, he's stitching together decades of mythology into something fresh, weird, and wonderfully nerdy.
Ooh.
Is Gunn Superman trying to hypnotize the fans with nostalgia?
Absolutely is. 100% he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's,
Absolutely.
God, it's like, hey, let's go with we're gonna go with Luthor Corp, so that way all the Smallville fans can get into that. It actually is a smart idea because you lead into like, okay, now you can go into Lex's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his sister and his mom and his stepmom. And like there's a whole bunch. There's a lot.
The
There's a
entire
lot.
family
Lena
dynamic.
Luthor. Yeah.
All I care about is eventually, if not in this movie, but like eventually we get Mercy. And
That would be
Mercy,
cool.
Mercy has her gun arm because I'm sorry, Mercy's badass.
Yeah.
She's such a dope character.
I think because like if the engineer goes to authority and becomes kind of a good guy, I mean, depending on how you feel about authority, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They're just the authority. Then that could naturally bring in a spot for Mercy. Because it seems like the engineer is like Lex's Mercy right now. And so I'd like to see like maybe the engineer says, yeah, I don't think so. And moves on, and then Lex has to find a new bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
That makes
Cool.
sense.
All right.
Let's go ahead and move on here, guys.
Let's do it.
Hold on. I don't have it on.
It's me.
There we go.
All right. So, like, is he still Vengeance, or... Matt Reeves has officially finished the script for The Batman Part 2, confirming the news with a cryptic black and white post, blurred title page, ominous vibes, and a caption, Partners in Crime, Fighters. He co-wrote the sequel with Mattson Tomlin, and yes, Robert Pattinson's brooding Bruce is still in the cowl. There you go. The sequel drops October 1st of 2027, bringing back the noir-style grit and slow-burn storytelling that made the first film a $770 million hit. No plot details yet, but with the Penguin series laying groundwork and Reeves at the helm, expect more shadows, more scars, and probably way too much rain. Which villain do you want to see make Bruce's life miserable this time? Freeze, Hush, or someone even darker hiding in those alleys?
It better not be fucking Joker. That's all I'm saying.
It might be the Joker.
It will probably be Joker.
No, okay, so I'm hoping that we get groundwork for Hush. And I feel like you do an entire trilogy where leading in Hush is the one that's kind of like running everything.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or not running everything, but like more he's kind of like the build up big bad. Like he's almost like the Thanos of this trilogy, right?
Yeah.
I would love to see them do a good take on Hush, but I also want to see Mr. Freeze taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, with how they kind of reinvented Riddler, I think they could definitely do it.
Right. Like so far, live action, all we've had is Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And it's just kind of like nothing against Arnie.
But let's not make jokes about dinosaurs. That's all I ask.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Mr. Freeze.
I'm Mr. Freeze.
Perfect.
Missed opportunity that I didn't use this earlier.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But yes, no. I'm behind this I'm happy that they wrote a script, because that was like the main issue that they had, was that they couldn't figure out a script. But it's going to be interesting to see what direction they move in, who they go with. Even if they go with more grounded villains. So I mean, if you're not doing like Hush is pretty grounded, but like if you do like, you move into Calendar Man, or you move because he's more of a serial killer, or you move into Professor Pig. Professor Pig would be a really good on-screen villain for this world, right? Victor Zsasz, like these more serial killer style villains, rather than going for like the big name rogues, go for these villains who require Bruce to actually have to outthink them, right?
Yeah.
Ventriloquist.
The ventriloquist is another really good one. Ventriloquist is, I mean, he's a little bit more, it's almost like fighting Chucky, but I mean, like,
Condiment Man. No.
He's definitely not fighting Condiment Man. That's way
no. He is you like a disgruntled high school cafeteria worker who goes and murders a bunch of people.
Oh my God, no! That's what I'm saying. Like, Professor Pig would make really a lot of sense, because Professor Pig is a botched plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Right, and that leads into Hush, who is a plastic surgeon. So it's kind of like you have this connection already kind of built in with those characters, that you can do Professor Pig, this plastic surgeon that goes nuts and just starts killing his patients. Victor Zsasz, who is like, stabby, I stab everybody. You could also do Black Mask. I mean, I know they did Black Mask recently in
Birds of Prey.
And Birds of Prey, but like do a more mafioso style Black Mask.
Yeah, I mean, that does fit the world too. I also think they should try to get away, well, not get away from it, but like do something different than the first one. Mm-hmm. Because there is kind of a worry about, the first one was very mafia heavy for parts of it. And I guess with Penguin, you're kind of leading into that. So.
Well, that's the thing is, have you watched Penguin?
No, I have not yet.
He hasn't.
I have not yet.
The ending of the Penguin, they said that that does lead into the next movie, and we leave Penguin in a more traditional Penguin sense.
Okay, well, yeah, so I could see them going mafia then.
Yeah, but at the same time, again, because they've already kind of like they dealt with like a lot of the Gotham underworld in the show. Yeah, now you can do like rivals. You can do Penguin running the Iceberg Lounge again, but like kind of doing more like running a gang instead of just being a kind of like a capo. Yeah. And rivaling with Black Mask.
Yeah, no, that would be very cool. And I could see Black Mask being, that does make sense for this world. Mm-hmm. So,
but that could be like a background kind of thing going on, and like the real threat is Professor Pig, and it's Bruce trying to figure out his way. Because I like the idea of the first movie where it's like he kind of he's investigating the Riddler, but he deals with other characters.
Right, exactly. No, I think that's great. That's what I was saying. There can be multiple villains here. Yeah, that we can have kind of in this layered plot.
Yeah, because then it feels more like a
Gotham. Gotham. I mean, there's crime everywhere in Gotham, so it's not like there's levels of crime, and he's just dealing with the top, like really good whipped creamy level. But like, there's other levels as well.
And again, like kind of like if you were to bring in Calendar Man, like again, we've had one version of Calendar Man. It was played by
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn,
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Sean Gunn. And I mean, like, it was kind of more of a goofy version of Calendar Man. Like, if you get this dark, kind of like evil serial killer version of Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would also be a really good story to write. Is it's Bruce having to figure out this crime over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, because now really Calendar cool. Man, because Calendar Man only murders on like significant dates.
Yeah, and then you can have all the other stuff in the background going on,
right? And it's like all dealing with the investigation, or like he can do with Professor Pig at one point. But it's all in service of getting Calendar Man. Like, I would love Calendar Man.
Can we write this movie? Can we like just do this? I mean.
Now I have like kind of like drain this one out. So do you guys have any other thoughts before we move on to the next story?
My thoughts are all X-related. Not X-rated.
X-related.
Is that lead into the next story?
It does indeed.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured you were doing there. It was pretty good thing there. Let's hope Jake Schreier survives this entire experience. Because it's official, well, as official as Ryan Coogler mic drop gets.
That's pretty official.
Thunderbolts director, I know, right? It's a pretty good mic drop.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier is helming Marvel Studios' long-awaited X-Men reboot. During a recent interview, Coogler was asked if he'd be directing the film himself. His response, quick and clear, no, Jake is directing that. Easy enough right there. It's Jake Schreier.
That's so Ryan Coogler.
I know, right? And it probably wasn't no. It was like, nah, Jake's directing that.
Yeah.
Jake's got that.
That's Jake Schreier, who brought Ensemble Chaos to Thunderbolts and now steps into a mutant spotlight. Ooh. While Marvel hasn't dropped a release date yet, the reboot is expected to arrive post-Secret Wars with a fresh cast and a clean slate for the MCU's mutant era. Because they're in their mutant era now. Schreier's approach, he's keeping it vague but character first. It always starts from character and working with great writers and collaborators and doing something different with each project. With a clean slate and a new director, are we talking claws, cards, or chaos magic?
I'm going to say all of them.
Yeah.
I think we're going to
I hope for all of them. I mean, I'm encouraged by the whole, we're going character first. Like, yes, that's exactly what you should be doing for X-Men.
Yeah. No,
that's the appeal is the characters.
I'm all for it. I love these character studies. Again, I want to see. I actually want to see them pull off the First Class.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be great.
I don't want this bastardized First Class that we got in X-Men First Class.
Right, which again was not a bad movie. It's just it wasn't First Class.
Depends on how deep into the X-Men you are.
I enjoyed the movie. That was before I was really getting into it. But
yeah, it was an okay movie. There were a lot of things that weren't really done right for me.
Yeah.
Characters weren't done correctly. They put a lot of focus on Havoc, which I mean Havoc's cool and whatnot, but
yeah.
Again, all this focus on Magneto and
yeah. I mean, yeah, I if you have James Marsden. Anyway,
yeah, there was a lot of focus on characters that don't have that much focus in the comics.
Yeah,
so I was just kind of like,
I agree. Let's do a proper First Class.
I want to see them do the actual First Class. I want to see Beast before he gets the blue, before he experiments on himself, and before he has the blue hair, he's just like this big buff dude. Like I want to see Marvel Girl. I would love for them to refer to Jean Grey as Marvel Girl.
Yeah.
Right, just as an Easter egg. Yeah, just as an Easter egg, because most people don't realize before
she's got a superhero
was mainstream, she was a Marvel Girl.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just kind of like, there's a lot of these things, and then as you come in, you start off with the First Class, and then you start introducing, maybe you do something that spans over years, and it's like, here's the First Class, and then the second half of the movie is new students, and that's where you get your Gambit, that's where you get your Rogue, that's where you get all these different things. I do kind of agree with start off Rogue without all of her powers, but by the second movie she absorbs one of the Marvels. I'm assuming it would be Captain Marvel, because she's kind of on her way out at this point. Yeah, Carol Danvers is kind of on her way out at this point. And there's a lot of focus on Kamala Khan. So I would probably feel better with her absorbing Captain Marvel to get her powers.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and she does,
and that is accurate to the comics. Right.
Because I mean, if she just all of a sudden shows up and she's got super strength and super and she can fly, it's like, okay, well, are you saying that were her mutant powers? Because her mutant powers in the comics, comic book accurate, is just that she can absorb people's powers, and that she absorbs Carol too much, and essentially steals her powers.
Right, and then you can have the whole psychological thing too.
Right, because that really messes with Rogue. Like,
exactly.
Really
and so that would be,
and it also really messes with Carol too.
Well, I mean, Carol becomes like a regular person for a while before she gets her powers back. So,
Yeah, before she recharges. But no, I'd like to see that. I think that'd be great. I think they should do giant size X-Men.
That would be dope too.
Yeah.
So like already have the first class established, and they get kidnapped, and it's Professor X getting a new team of international heroes, and then they all, like, at the end they all fight the thing, and the island could be Krakoa instead of the island that they get, and then that brings in Krakoa, and then that way we can get House of M like really quickly.
Or the whole House of M thing is let there be mutants instead of let there.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah,
which I think would be is probably. Anyway, we're gonna get in the weeds here. We're moving on.
Yeah, no, just know everybody, we're comic book nerds, and we're just excited.
Yes, and we're very excited. Yay, we're excited for this.
Yeah, very excited to see where, if they kind of go down that road. So, speaking of being comic nerds and all that, is there really only ever going to be one Blade? Because at this point, it's seeming that way. And Mahershala Ali is killing it, because I just saw Jurassic Park last night, or Jurassic World Rebirth last night. And it just reminds me of how amazing Mahershala Ali is. So 6 years after Mahershala Ali was announced as the MCU's new Daywalker, Blade is still stuck in development purgatory. Directors have come and gone, cast members have vanished, and the release date, dust. It's like Thanos snap. Yeah. But Ali's still game, telling reporters, call Marvel, I'm ready. Especially after, again, Jurassic World and him playing a mercenary. Yeah, no, it works. Meanwhile, Marvel's response has been eternal silence. The reboot has now outlasted 2 directors, multiple rewrites, and most fans' patience, including my own. At this point, the only thing sharper than Blade's sword is the irony. If Mahershala Ali's still waiting, should Blade just go full meta and open with him reading the script in a vampire bar? Or, which would be great. Or are we one delay away from Wesley Snipes showing up like, fine, I'll do it myself?
At this point, I can see it. I can see it.
There's only ever going to be one Blade.
This is what that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't
at this point,
I wouldn't be upset if I wouldn't be upset if they did a multiverse and we got Wesley Snipes back again, because he proved in Deadpool that he can still do Blade.
Yeah. You know what? I think Marvel's trying to ice skate uphill.
But then we see Mahershala Ali, and maybe Mahershala Ali's version of Blade is basically just young Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
I think Mahershala Ali, if they're going to put Wesley Snipes in something, Mahershala Ali needs to chop his head off. But maybe I just chose violence today.
Yeah, you definitely chose violence there. I mean, like, again, I'm excited to see Mahershala Ali play Blade. I think that he would kill the role, right? He's the perfect person to fill Wesley Snipes' shoes as that character, because Wesley Snipes, again, we want to talk about, good characters in bad movies. That third movie wasn't the greatest, but he still killed it, and even he phoned it in on that third one. So, but I mean, that first movie was perfect. It was exactly what a Blade movie needed to be. But on top of that, the way they rewrote the character made the character make more sense.
No, yeah, I'm not. Look, I want Mahershala Ali to be Blade. I don't want Wesley Snipes to be Blade. So let's make this freaking movie, y'all.
Yeah. And we need to have a follow-up to Black Knight here. I mean,
yeah. I also want to see like what they do with Whistler, because it's kind of like, okay, you couldn't have chose a better person to play Whistler than all of a sudden Highwayman.
Highwayman.
Yeah, he was a singer.
What are you
anyway,
the actor who played Whisper.
But we also need to get vampires and things.
Chris Christopher.
I was gonna say, Are you
Yeah.
talking about a new one or an old one? Because
No, I'm saying so. Chris
was the
Christopherson,
first one.
yeah, he played Whistler. So I'm saying like I'm interested in seeing who follows Chris Christopherson as Whistler.
Yeah.
I think it's
But again,
funny that
we
you
need to
went
get
with
vampires
Highwaymen.
so we can have Moon Knight fight Dracula. That's what we need. We need to get that, we need for
wouldn't
Moon
fight.
Knight to lose
Dracula
$20
owes
on
him
Dracula.
money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is
We
Blade
need
ever
to
going to
get
pay him back? Some motherfucker always trying to ice skate uphill. All right, let's go ahead and move on here.
Centuries of vibranium heists, and still nobody learns. Marvel's new animated series, Eyes of Wakanda, just dropped a teaser, and it's not just a peek, it's a portal. Executive produced by Ryan Coogler, he's everywhere. The series follows elite Wakandan warriors across time as they retrieve stolen vibranium from enemies who seriously underestimated the assignment. Each episode is a standalone story set in a different era, blending espionage, mythology, and globe-trotting action. Think Black Panther meets Wakandan James Bond, with a voice cast that includes Winnie Harlow, Cress Williams, Anika Noni Rose, and Steve Toussaint. Ooh,
Steve Toussaint, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
With its August 27th debut on Disney Plus, Eyes of Wakanda promises to expand the MCU's past while planting seeds for its future. As the teaser warns, many secrets will be uncovered, and we're ready for every single one.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm
I'm
excited.
in.
I don't really know how to do the Wakandan accent, so that's why I kind of did it.
I don't know if you should.
I can hear it in my head, but I'm not going to do it. So
yeah. Let's not.
not
let's
do
just
that.
not go there. Yeah.
So I'm excited for this specifically because I love the idea of not just kind of seeing Wakanda, but going into the past in Marvel and further than World War II, because that's the furthest back we've gone so far, right? So I would love to see kind of like, heroes in history. Well, I guess Shang-Chi went a little further back too. So I mean, we did that, but it was kind of like in one area. Like I want to see more of that, and the fact that we're gonna get like we already talked about it before, but we're gonna get a team up between a past Black Panther and a past Iron Fist, and this is a way to bring Iron Fist into the universe. You know that we're gonna be getting Iron Fist. Like that is a big deal to me. Like I love the idea of seeing legacy heroes and older versions of those characters.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely. I love that they're doing the anthology thing. I think that's like the new in thing right now, but I do think that this show lends itself towards it, like What If? What If was that? I mean, obviously it had a through line, which it sounds like there is a through line in this too. They're all, it's all about vibranium, not the base, but vibranium. And so I think that this is great. I'm really interested in it. I'm very interested in all of it because it gives us the lore of it without committing, like carving out time in movies to do that, so that it can be a companion piece if you want. Like if you want to know the lore, this is what you.
I think it's good to have those things in a. Sorry, I think it's good to have those things in a universe where you can have like the mainstream stuff. It's like, okay, this is what you need if you want to enjoy this. Here's all the other stuff for the nerds. So I think that's good.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
So no, I'm excited about this. Looking forward to it.
From this galaxy and in the kinda now, let's go to
speaking of expanding the lore. In her defense, Shin was left unsupervised.
That's what my shirt says. I was left unsupervised.
Ahsoka season 2. Yeah. Ahsoka season 2 is officially in production with Ivana Sakno, the blade-wielding Shin Hati, promising things are getting bigger and even more in depth, because of course they are. Filming is underway, and while plot details are under wraps, Shin's arc is far from over. Last seen abandoned on Peridia, as surrounded by marauders, Shin may be heading for a villain era of her own, between seasons Sakno trained in Krav Maga and Tai Chi, damn, which means Shin's next round of duels could hit even harder, literally. With Balin's fate up in the air and the Force mythology growing weirder by the minute, one thing's clear: Shin Hati isn't done carving her path across the galaxy. So, would you follow Shin Hati or run if her orangish red saber ignites?
I'm excited for this just because I want to see where her character goes, who she develops into. Does she develop into something else? Is the relationship between her and Balin's skull going to be the same? Also, do we find out that she is just a android robot trying to kill another android robot vis-a-vis her role in making 2.0 right now?
Yeah, that's why she trained in Krav Maga and Tai Chi, was for that role apparently.
Right.
But or for 3.0. They're doing Megan 3.0.
Yeah, I think they're doing another one, but she plays the antagonist in Megan 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think she was. Sorry. You talk.
I have a theory.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. I have a. I just have thoughts. So.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, you're kidding. No, you. I think that. Well, you have to focus me. I think that. I've completely lost it at this point. So. Oh, I think it's really interesting to see Force users outside of the Jedi and Sith. And I think that Shin and Balin, even though Balin's former Jedi, I think it was really interesting to see a different philosophy in the Force.
Yeah.
Than just the Jedi or the Sith, just light or dark. That they are kind of both. They have that grayness, and I love to see more of that.
I've been
and yes, I've been
finding that interesting when they do. Hey, let's not just do black and white. Let's not just do light and dark. Let's do, they put it in the Acolyte, where you have these Force witches that are not, part of the sisterhood. They're not a part of any known entity. They just they believe in the Force, but in a different way, and
use it in a different way.
They use it in a different way. I really enjoy those kind of things when you get into the Gray Jedi, when you start getting into people who have different philosophies that don't follow the Sith or the Jedi.
Right, and whether George's intention was that the balance is the light side somehow, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Whether that was the intention or not, it makes a lot more sense to have, because again, you have the whole Mortis thing, which they're really getting into, where you have the daughter and the son and the father, who is the balance. You need the balance. Mm-hmm. And so I'm curious where they're going to go. I've always loved the idea of the Great Jedi. Go.
Okay, so let me first answer some things.
Mm-hmm.
I think, here, let me do my theory first. Shin is going to be possessed by the mother. And then, and that's the only one we haven't really talked about with the Mortis gods.
Is Abeloth?
Because Abeloth, I mean, she's going to. Yeah, she's going to get possessed by her. Because we've seen Anakin, and even as a Force goes, Anakin is the father. And we've already seen Ewan McGregor's, I should say Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ahsoka. Ahsoka was possessed by the dark side and by the sun.
Yeah, and then she is carrying on the daughter's legacy more now.
Right, yeah. So it's all there. The only component we haven't seen or haven't really been introduced to in canon is the mother part of that. And so I think that's why Balin's skull, I think that's why he taught Shin the way he did. And I think that he decided that he was going to bring her along because he was being influenced to bring her along, whether he was conscious of it or not. I think that's really what he thought her fate was. And then they got there and he didn't realize that he needed to bring her with him. So I think Balin's gonna probably not live very much longer.
Yeah,
And then
probably not.
I think Shin is gonna get possessed by the mother. She'll be
That'd be cool. I mean,
tempted by the mother for
That's-
more power and things like that.
That's
really-
interesting because I know that there's a rumor going around right now that Abeloth is going to be one of the main focuses in season 2.
yeah.
So that kind of goes right along with that theory that you have, that Shin
Yeah.
will be possessed by Abeloth.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, I have like 3 things, and then we have to move on here. But I think it's really interesting. A lot of the depictions of Abeloth, she kind of looks like Shin. If we really look at it,
Just
it is
with,
that
like,
same, just the weird mouth,
weird,
but
monster mouth that she
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
right. I also think it'd be really cool to do a horror thing with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where you have this whole weird psychological horror thing with that. That'd be amazing. And yes, I would follow Shin to the ends of the galaxy. She is very attractive. We're gonna move on.
They've already kind of like played with that with Ahsoka though, because they had zombies in the last season.
Right, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Let's lean
Yeah.
into the horror a little bit more, and bringing in Abeloth could be insanity.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Mhm.
and that'd be great. So,
It's interesting.
I'm in. I love it. I love the weird Force bullshit. So,
The weird Force bullshit. Well, let's.
I'm here for the Force bullshit. I'm here for the Force bullshit.
How's it going, guys? I'm here for the Force bullshit. All of it.
for the Force
for
bullshit, please stand up.
for the Force bullshit, please stand up. Well, let's move away from a galaxy far, far away and go to the grid and get back online. Which is actually probably pretty bad. We shouldn't be online like that, just eternally online. All right, and well, the fight for the digital frontier is getting an upgrade in Tron Ares. Starting with Jodie Turner-Smith's debut as Athena, a bold new enforcer who's as totally uncompromising as she is eye-catching, rocking a bleach blonde buzz cut, shaved eyebrows, and an illuminated suit that screams menace. Athena.
Actually, I think it screams menace.
Menace. Yes, Queen. All right. Athena
Okay.
is second in command to Jared Leto's Ares. Canonically, would Athena bow to Ares? Probably not.
No,
No.
not
Ares would bow to
mythologically.
Athena.
Exactly, right? But given that, looks like Ares looks ready to crash the system in style. Turner Smith called it her villain era, and honestly, she's selling it like a neon-drenched revolution.
Woo.
And that's not the only big return lighting up the grid. Jeff Bridges is stepping back into the digital world as Kevin Flynn, despite his apparent sacrifice in Tron Legacy. Teasing a mysterious survival, Bridges hinted that Flynn's consciousness still lingers in the code.
Ooh.
This is the grid. Or should I do his voice? This is the grid. It worked out that I still have some sort of consciousness. That's terrible. Translation. Death
Death.
is flexible
It's death. No.
when your soul runs on software.
Yeah.
If this tease is any clue, the system's about to reboot with legacy weight and some serious new firepower. Tron Ares hits theaters October 10th, 2025. Welcome our digital overlords. And hey, if one of them sounds like Kevin Flynn, maybe we're in good hands.
Maybe.
I think so. I dig her look.
Her look is
I am
great.
So
Yeah.
in love with Jodie Turner-Smith's acting choices and acting in general. I think
Yes.
she is great.
This is still why I
And-
vote her for
yeah.
Storm. So
Yeah, I think she and look at her in that. Look at her in that photo. If you guys are listening to the podcast, just look up Empire's photos of her
Yeah.
as Athena. She's got Storm vibes there. I'm getting
She
some
does.
major Storm
Yeah.
Storm vibes.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm all about this. I think it's going to be fun and give me tremendous anxiety when I watch this movie because all of the fun movies do.
It's weird that when I look at her and it's like, she's still really attractive, but no eyebrows, and it's almost like I almost don't notice it until I like really look at it.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
That is, huh?
That's just her
That's
natural
cool.
brow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All
We all
right.
have a brow line, people.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah. I mean, we just have
But, like,
really thick eyebrows.
The whole thing is like
Well,
people when
Fran, I
people
do.
shave off their eyebrows, or people say you can't have eyebrows for any reason. Usually it feels like off-putting. She does not have that off-putting look to her. She still
I mean,
No.
normal.
she has an off-putting look for her, but for a different reason. for the general outfit, not necessarily the eyebrows thing.
Like she's gonna
hot.
get out whips and
Yeah.
chains and her high heels, and you're gonna go into a dungeon somewhere. So
Ah.
let's move
that
on.
that kind of intimidating. So
Gotcha. Okay, that just said a lot about Shadu right now. All right, let's
whoa, no! I said that kind of intimidating.
He's like, no.
No, this is how I feel. I feel so good, you do. I should do.
I'm gonna leave if you keep doing that.
Are you gonna
Oh
leave?
wow. Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
this is getting
You
like
know, I think we
Just-
should move
we're
on.
moving
From
on. We
this
have to move on.
digital
Moving-
monster and go into a physical monster.
Me? Yeah.
It's got the little.
Yeah, I got to throw the extra little, I'm a dick in
Yeah.
there. All right, let's move on, guys. Dex just misunderstood Space Goth with a battle axe and abandonment issues that I relate very, very, very closely to. All right, Dan Trachtenberg returns with a bold new chapter that centers not on the humans being hunted, one of the predators himself. Meet Deck, a misunderstood Yautja outcast who's less trophy hunter and more Conan meets Mad Max.
Hell yeah!
I'm already in for this. Played by Demetrius Schuster Kolamatangi.
That was great. You did awesome on that.
All right. Deck is a blunt force anti-hero on a redemption arc, teaming up with Elle Fanning's android. Is it Taya?
Thea.
I think it's Thea.
Yeah, okay. For a mission that's part survival, part soul search. This isn't just another jungle stalk fest. It's a gritty, character-driven sci-fi western set on a remote planet with Deck cutting his way toward honor and identity in a world that sees him as expendable. If Dex the emotionally complicated predator, does that make me his sidekick, his therapist, or just another guy who's about to get dramatically unmasked in the third act?
I just want to say Jungle Stockfest. I feel like that would be such a great name for a hiking trip with your friends.
That actually sounds good for a D&B group. For
Yeah.
A
for drum and bass.
A D&B
Oh,
group is
drum
a
and
very
bass.
different thing.
That's why I had to clarify drum and bass.
It's
Right?
different.
That's a good name because there is a genre in D&B called jungle.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
gosh.
Jungle Stalkfest, best D&B group ever.
So that would be a
so-
good band name.
That's what I'm saying. It's a really good drum and bass.
So Deck gets unmasked in the third act, and it's Pedro Pascal.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
No, this is really cool. I don't know much about Predator lore. They sound like they're going for more of like in terms of culture, this may have been inspirations or whatever. It sounds like a mix between the Klingons and like the Trandoshans in culture.
Actually, yeah, that I would say yes.
So
that
where they're kind of
they
obsessed with
were.
honor and
Yeah.
all of that, but there's also this element of hunting and that being a big part of their culture. So it sounds really cool. I'm glad they're expanding the universe. Sounds interesting. I'm in.
Funny. On TikTok, we had a lot of people that commented. We put a video out when we were talking about Badlands,
Mhm.
and a lot of people were commenting on how much they hated Killer of Killers.
What?
Right, and it's like, really, Killer of Killers was good.
Well,
You
people
know,
can be wrong.
Sometimes I feel like we're finding out now because a lot of things are being brought back, like we're expanding things. When we started expanding the aliens universe and stuff like that,
Yeah.
sometimes
Which is what this is.
Yeah, knowing the behind the scenes stuff, the lore, the what happened the minute before and what happened the minute after. Sometimes people don't. It's not what they wanted, and so they get really disappointed and they
Right.
lash out. But this is one person's or a team of people's interpretation of this. So if you want it to be something else, then fundraise and make your own movie.
Yeah.
And then let's see what's better. And that's the way that I feel about it. Yeah, bitch, I said it.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be fundraising, you might as well fundraise in our direction. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people. Shit. Wrong one. Nope.
Whoa. Hey, it's Geek It Update.
Wrong here. Guys. I forgot about a freaking segment. Holy crap. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This was last week's. These were last week.
That was last week.
I know, but I'm saying I forgot about our segment. It's time for the weekend update.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
it's time for the Geek It Update.
Failed on every.
Yep.
Someone call Perry White. Perry. No, not the.
I love who they have as Perry White now.
Not the platypus. I need the guy who runs
a platypus. Perry White the platypus.
Perry the platypus. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Look,
let's.
No, wait. Before we do this, Husby's car has like where it's an older car, so he has a plug-in to sync with his phone, so he can listen to his music. And it says preparing.
Pairing or something. Something about pairing.
Yeah, pairing.
It sounds like Perry.
And the guy sounds like he's saying Perry, and so we're always like Perry the platypus, like it's
Perry the platypus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next show you're going to see us at is Silver Age Comic-Con on July 12th through the 13th in Reno, Nevada.
It's on
11 days.
On the thing. Yep.
11 days. Featuring Adam Baldwin, Olivia Dabo, John St. John, Duke Nukem, I know who he is now.
Whatever,
and IMDb's top 20 all-time anime voice actors, Tony Oliver, and
who is not to be confused with Jamie Oliver, who I keep confusing him with.
No.
Very different.
They look
very, very different.
Alike.
I know, but their names sound
totally
similar.
Different.
For some reason, I'm like, oh, the chef? No, different.
No, wrong person.
Yeah. Wrong genre.
Also, I'm very sorry to Tony Oliver.
Oh, you're cruising for a bruise in here.
All right, Jamie Oliver by that extension.
Not just that. Amy Allen is also going to be there, who was also in Star Wars. She played Isla Skura. She was one of the
Amy Allen. Yeah.
Nice.
So Amy Allen is going to be there as well, and it's going to be a good time, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we're going to be hosting panels and just having a good time, guys. So he's the father of Tommy Oliver. I'm sure. You know what? You're not wrong there. Hold on. You're not wrong there. Why? Because Tony Oliver also had his hand in the creation of Power Rangers.
Yes, yeah, he did.
So technically, he is Tommy Oliver's father.
That's true. It is. It's the truth. There's no lie there.
Yeah. There is
Hashtag no lie.
That's right. Hashtag no lie. This is going to sound great on the audio version of the show.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be there on, I believe this is 2 weeks away. And we're going to be doing all of our interviews. As always, we'll be doing trivia, giving away prizes, and having a good time, guys, out in Reno. Make your way there on the weekend of the 12th and the 13th in Reno, Nevada. So with that being said.
So and you're going to have merch at the show.
Yes, yes, we will, because that show we will have.
We're going to have merch, people.
There you go. Yep. Okay, yep.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got merch.
I'm sorry, we actually have about 15 more segments before that. No.
Yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we have merch. So we got merch. You can have it too. DM us at Distance Nerding and all of your social media places of choice. Or, of course, you can email us, distancenerding@aol.com. We'll get your size, get your shirt reserved, $20 if you're local to the Sacramento area, $25 if we've got to ship it to you, and, of course, $700 if we've got to ship it to Florida.
Yes, yes, of course. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Anytime we got to ship it to Florida. That's right. I still...
We also have con bags. Don't forget the con bags.
Right.
We do have con bags. We have stickers.
Yep.
Yeah.
The con bags, I believe, are $10. And so if you are going to be at Silver Age and you have forgotten a bag, like a lot of times we do, pick up one at the Distance Nerding booth.
That's
and yeah, and you'll actually be better prepared. Like Sandra Betty and the DeLongs, because they have everything with them.
That's right. So, guys, just for all the cosplayers out there, Toon Room is going to be doing a cosplay contest on both days. They will be doing an advanced category and novice category and a kids category on Sunday. There will be cosplay workshops as well as meetups. All of that just so I could talk about the DeLongs hosting Marvel meetup. So, there will be a whole bunch of cosplay meetups on Saturday, July 12th. There's a video game cosplay meetup at 11:30, at 12:30 the Marvel cosplay meetup, at 1:30 the Star Wars cosplay meetup, and at 2:30 the anime cosplay meetup. On July 13th, the Sunday, 11:30 is going to be the Disney cosplay meetup. 12:30 there will be a furry cosplay meetup. 1:30 DC cosplay meetup, and at 2:30 a horror cosplay meetup. So, guys, get your favorite cosplay costumes and everything that you do, and make your way there. Have a whole bunch of fun. It's going to be a good time, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, we actually have a schedule now.
We do
things on a schedule,
and I still haven't
somehow
updated our schedule, so it's still the old version of the schedule. So
just don't look at
it. So on Tuesdays, you're watching now. We have the download. That's 6:30 to 8:30 Pacific time, and we're actually right on time. We're actually we're early. And you never know what kind of stuff's going to come out of our mouth, and you never know what the name of the show is going to be.
Nope.
So, because it never happens until after we're done. On Thursdays, we have The Build, and that is from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. It's on YouTube. Hang out with us as Phil builds a Lego kit, and we usually interview someone. Sometimes we don't. When we don't, we have a bracket, or we just talk about stuff, because that's who we are. Fridays, we have the show called The Buzzer, which is our rotating game show. Where knowing the answer is optional, but laughing at the wrong ones is mandatory.
Yes,
it
to
is absolutely
ruthlessly mock the wrong answers.
We played Jep Nerdy last week, and that was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had fun. If you guys haven't seen that one, you should go back and see it. We had a lot of fun.
It was chaos, but it was amazing chaos.
And then I know Phil is doing Twitch game streams. I believe those are on Saturdays, but because con season is upon us, they are sporadic at this time. So just kind of check our socials to see if Phil is going to be doing one. Or, hey, just DM us and ask us, hey, when's the next game stream? And Phil will answer, or James sometimes answers. We don't know. I don't answer. I'm not the one answering those.
Nope. Someone will answer.
Well, guys, this Thursday, our guest is Kane Gallagher. He is the writer and creator of a comic book called The Underclass. So we'll be having him on the show. We're going to be talking with him about his project and his Kickstarter and everything that's going on there. This Friday, we will not be doing the buzzer because it is 4th of July.
It's America's birthday.
It's America's birthday, so we will be celebrating.
So go and watch things explode.
Exactly, we're gonna watch things blow up and murder. So, with that being
I'm just
said,
gonna drink alcohol.
That's
plenty
fair.
of it. And I'm going to a
But
block
it has
party.
to be red, white, and blue alcohol.
I'm going to a block party outside of my house so I can get wasted and just walk home.
Great.
There you go.
Shadoo. Oh, damn it, Shadoo. Pluggables now. Go.
Oh, okay. I am SHG Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I currently do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore from my own fantasy world, my own original music, Paranormal Investigator, I'm ignoring him, and so much more dirty stuff. I am also on Frey's channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. There's also Journals of the Ancestors, where we will go over the different races, ancestries, and/or species that inhabit the worlds of the multiverse. I am also in the Disconcerting Sphere. I'm on the Download on Tuesdays, the very show you're watching right now, the Build on Thursdays, and the Buzzer on Fridays. And I'm allegedly on KBK Productions.
Allegedly. Meow.
Jen, anything to add?
The Beard's gonna be on the DeLong's channel
Mhm.
tomorrow night. So check him out there. It's distance
At
nerding
5:30
with friends
PDT,
with the
5:30
DeLongs.
Pacific Daylight Time. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I got.
That is right. So yes, guys, make sure you head to that. I don't think he's actually doing Conversations in the Void tomorrow. He may be. I think he said that he was taking a break this week, but I mean, don't quote me on that. He will. No, you know what? No, he is doing Conversations in the Void tomorrow. I remember because he was like, he was telling me he is doing the interview on their show, and then he's got to get over to his channel to go do Conversations
To
in the
do
Void.
his
So,
interview.
yeah. So yes, guys, make sure you watch both of those. If you are listening right now, more than likely, if you're listening today on if it's Wednesday for you right now, at 5:30 Wednesday, watch that interview with Graveyard on the DeLong's channel, and then Conversations in the Void right after that, guys. It's going to be a good time.
Have
moving on.
something you want to discuss.
Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us.
Well, before we do all of that, ladies and gentlemen, you can head over to distancenerding.com, click on the big blue button at the top of the page right there, and you can join the taco party. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can join the taco party. Be cool and join the taco party. That's right. Join the taco party. It is the best way to support the show, support everything that we do here at Distance Nerding. If you want to continue to see us do more shows and get bigger and better prizes, then that is the best way to help support us and help us continue to do more things that are out there. Now you can do the Have Something You Want to Discuss.
Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans, and it's only pictures of whatever Phil is getting ready to tell you right now.
I was trying to see if you remembered it all.
I
some
actually
pictures.
do, but I
Of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard uncensored, and James Glass is sitting centrally on a table, as well as whatever Phil's about to do.
Just everything that she will do for money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
meow.
Meow.
It's so bad. It's so terrible.
Meow. Motherfucker.
All right, let's go.
At Distance Nerding,
Yeah,
email
motherfucker.
us
Yeah.
if you'd like to break up with
if you
your.
would like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of whatever the hell the cat monster meme thing that I'm doing that pisses off Shadu so much.
Also, email us if you want us to stop doing that. Please email us.
I'm expecting everybody to email and say, we want more. I want you to do the entire show in that voice.
They're going to email.
Send us an email at
Yes, insnerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air.
You know they're going to email us and be like, Phil, we want you to do an entire show in that voice.
I'm sure they do. I do the game streams in that voice sometimes.
Fuck you.
It's
Or I just walk around and say, I am the enemy of Oda.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And keep nerding together.
That's right.
And of course, Bruce, go to sleep.
Go to sleep, Bruce.
In about 15 minutes.
Yes,
Go
but-
to sleep.
Yeah, we finish early
50
tonight.
minutes. Yeah.
Well, ladies
Yeah,
and
we do.
gentlemen, again, that is it from us. Thanks, and keep nerding together. We will see everybody on Thursday night.
Woo.
Good
Have
evening.
a good one, guys. Happy July.
Happy July.
Bye.
Good evening
Woo.
and good night.
And happy National Bison Month.